and we're all here and very receptive. So we turn the mic over to our beloved Imam, Deen Mohammed. We pray that Allah continues to bless you with success, and we thank you for the years that you have taught us and the investment that you have made with your life. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. With God's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful Redeemer. We witness that He's one, and to Him we owe worship and obedience, our obedience. He has no partners. No one is with Him or comes to Him except as a servant. And we witness that Muhammad, the prophet, who received the Qur'an, is the seal of the prophets, mentioned both in the Old Testament and in the New, according to the words of the Qur'an, God's words in the Qur'an. And the last prophet, and He's God's prophet. He's our prophet. He's God's messenger and God's servant. The prayers and the peace be upon Him. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The prayers and the peace be upon Him. Let me say that I'm feeling pretty good this morning. And I'm always happy to be your guest. I'm here as your guest, and I was invited by you. If you had not invited me, I would not be here. And we're trying to accommodate your sisters to the best of our knowledge and ability by not having any but one brother here as a witness that I didn't flirt with any of you all. So all the other brothers have to be excused right now, except one brother. I see two more back there. They look like males to me. They don't look like females to me. This is my son. I'm proud of him too. He is a real worker. This man has no lazy bone in his body. No, he can't. No video? No. Let him, if he can handle it, I don't think he can. In the future, we're going to try to arrange so I can speak to you all on a monitor. And you all have earphones, I'll have earphones. We could even talk to each other from your seat. And I won't be in your meeting either. I'll be in another room. Give me a little time to. I got a lemon drop in my mouth, just to keep my throat nice for a while. Now, excuse me. Let me, before beginning my address to the sisters, let me Assalamu alaikum, my cousin. That's Sister Mariam. Should have been my wife. Yes, cousins can marry in Islam, yeah. And my nature told me that when I was only about 15 or 16. I met a cousin I'd never seen. She was in Detroit, and she was so attractive. My nature told me, you can marry her. But we didn't get married. We didn't even have any romance. But she was very attractive. Yes, before I get started, just a few things. We're going to have some products here on sale for the brothers and the sisters. Tapes of the Eid, I believe they're here. John Ramadan might be here already. tapes of the Eid. Those tapes I would like for anybody who can afford to buy them, I would like for you to have the Eid tape that was made here. We had Eid prayers and the Eid lecture here. And also, not for the money's sake, but for your good health's sake. You look at me. You can tell I look better, see? And you think I won't share that with you all? Whatever I have that's helping me, I'm going to share it with you all. And share it with all good people. Hair turning black again. Really. No dye. You can pull one out if you like and take it home and examine it. Take it to the lab. Take it to the lab if you want. No hair, no dye. I never believed in dye. If I turn this, my hair turned as white as snow, it would just be as white as snow. I would never put dye on my hair. My daughter, she said, Daddy, she said, you know you used to have brown in your beard and mustache? I said, yeah. She said, it's coming back. I said, what? And without the glasses, I can't see as well as she can up close. I can see good distance. So I went to the mirror and looked close. I said, yeah, you're right. And I believe it's the coral calcium. If you all can afford it, they sell it at Walgreens. And probably at some drugs, if you're out of town, if you don't find Walgreens, just check coral calcium from Okinawa, Japan. Got to share this with you. C-O-R-A-L, coral calcium, C-A-L-C-I-U-M, calcium, I think. Yes. Be sure it's from Okinawa, because the calcium is not the same. There are different kinds of calcium. Calcium with different composition, different compositions. So you want coral calcium, and it's from Okinawa, Japan. Yes, it's sold in Walgreens drugstore here in the Chicago area, and it's in what they call soft gel. 90, how many? I think it's 90 soft gel in the bottle. It costs $19.99 before taxes, and it's 90 of them. That's a month's supply if you take them as they suggest. That is, as the label suggests. That is 3 times a day. So the bottle will last you for 1 month, taking them at the maximum. But if you take, if you know you got a good diet and you take calcium and cheese and milk, you can cut it down to 2, cut it down to 1 a day. It's up to you. It won't hurt you though if you have it. You can't hardly get too much of it. I have an article too on calcium. I mean on the dietary supplements like we have. And there are a couple that the federal government putting restrictions on because they have caused death. And not ours, thank Allah, but they have caused death. And they say that the restrictions will not be that different. Good, we didn't go right into it. We got about 10 sisters coming in here. The restrictions, oh, it's quite a few sisters coming in. Okay. So she needs to, yeah, before I begin, she needs to come and speak. Yeah. Please come. Yes. This is our sister. I know you sisters know her. But she's doing such a wonderful job for years, for several years now. I know her, and I'm sure a lot of brothers know her also. Yes. Let me finish my preliminaries here. Then I'm going to have Sister speak to you, read you, and then I'll get back to the address. The law will not change very much for the labels on these dietary supplements or nutrition supplements. But they will require the contents to be labeled, and any information that the customer or the user of the product would need has to be on the label. I'm pretty sure that we are already meeting that requirement with ours. I'm pretty sure we are. In fact, we bring you literature too, tell you all about it. We have a scientist, the group that I'm with, as the president, and then there's another person in the leadership of that group or company. He's a scientist. He's actually the scientist. And I meet with him almost every time I meet with them. And he keeps us informed of almost everything, of what's happening before it even happened in the market. And he told us, and really it kind of stopped me for a second or two, he said, Walgreens and Walmart will soon have this product. And I said, wow, okay, that's going to be over for us. You know, once the big companies buy in such large, huge volumes, they get it so cheap you can't compete with them. He said almost instantly behind that, he said to me, don't worry, Mr. Mohammed. He said, you'll still be competitive. The company we were with, they get it straight from Okinawa. They've invited me to go to Okinawa, inshallah. I'll be going to Okinawa, Japan, to make a video for promotion of sales, inshallah, and to meet these people of Okinawa who have this long life expectancy and who enjoy very good health. So I want to go there and meet them. They've invited me. They heard about me. You'd be surprised how people respect what we're doing. I mean, the leadership and the community, what we are doing for our life and help other people and how we're speaking to each other and to the outsider. They love us very much. There are people who value and love us very much. So they want to actually see me. They invited me there to meet me and have me meet them. They want me to eat in their houses. I don't know if I'll do that or not, but I like to eat in my own house. But we'll see. God will protect us, inshallah. Yes. So, I want to get all these things out of the way. Yes. So we have the tapes of the Eid address, and we have tapes, pardon me, we have products. We have also have tapes of my poetry that I was encouraged to do a long time ago, and I'm finally doing it. I've been writing all the time. I speak almost in poetic language. If you notice when I'm talking, it just comes out naturally. So my talk is sometimes poetic expressions. Anyway, we have those tapes here, poetic reflections of W. Deen Mohammed. The sister in charge is Nina. She looks like a Christian, but she tells me she's nothing. I say, well, if you're nothing, you can't hurt me. But she has a lot of respect for Islam. She's going to be angry when she hears what I said. She has a lot of respect for Islam. She's the daughter of Sister Dina, that a lot of you know I was married to. And she's handling it. She's managing it for me. She's doing a very good job. She's in college, trying to finish college. Doing a good job, too. But I think Brother John Ramadan is here. And Brother John Ramadan will be having all the tapes. The tapes from me, the ministry tapes, the mosque cares tapes. That's the Eid tape. And any other that he may have. And he will also have the tapes. I don't think he probably got it. If he's not here, he didn't get them yet. But he'll have the tapes, the poetic reflections too. He'll have those tapes. But don't forget coral calcium. If I had the money, I'd buy every one of you all. If I had the money in my pocket right now, I'd buy every one of you all that want one. I'd buy you one. I'd be happy to do it. God knows that. I'd be happy to buy you one. You need it. I'm telling the brothers around me, I say, you need it. I say, I'll give you your first one. I don't have enough money to give you a second. So those close to me, I've given them their first one. Did you get, Mariam, did you get something from me yet? Sister Mariam got something? No, not you, Sister Mariam T. My cousin. You're supposed to have got something from me. The coral calcium. Okay, good. You need it. Look like you're already showing that you're taking it. Energy. Now, I can't say it's going to do this for you. You know, systems are different. Every individual has a different system. But I have never had the physical stamina that I have now. Never. I remember myself at my best. I loved boxing. I was a boxer. Not a professional boxer, but I boxed professionals. My mother wouldn't permit me to box, go in the ring and box for money. But I have trained with professionals. I've put on exhibitions in the neighborhood with professionals. I never had the stamina and endurance that I have now. It amazes me. Now, I don't know if it'll do it for you. Look, if they don't have a knife or a gun, you can line 10 brothers up or 10 savages up, and they won't be able to stand up against me. I'll wear them out. Yeah. I mean, you all keep this in the house now. Don't say these things about me outside. Yeah, I mean, I'm serious. Please don't say it outside. My son is going to video me on the big bag. It's not easy to punch that big bag for 3 minutes a round. When I first started, I could do like 2 rounds. I mean, as a young man, a boy in my teens, I could do like 2 rounds. I went up to 3 rounds. Your trainer didn't tell you to go hardly more than 3 rounds on that big bag unless you're going to fight a professional fight, real serious fight. Don't tell anybody, please. I go full force, full speed, punching with power for 15 rounds. Now, wait a minute. It's almost like a miracle. And no rest. No rest in between. You take a round, you get 30 seconds or 1 minute rest. No rest. Without let up. Constantly punching. 15 rounds. It's amazing. That's why I want my son to video me. I want him to video me. Not for you all, for my family. I say, you keep this in the family. And just tell them, this is what you had as a daddy and a granddaddy. It inspired them, I hope. Yeah, that's true. It's something that amazes me. I'm amazed that my hair is turning dark. I can get you a picture with me and Mario Van Peebles Jr. The photo is right now over 3 years old. And you look at my beard and everything on that photo and look at it now. I was whiter then than I am now. That's 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't mean that anything has happened sexually. Nothing has happened sexually. So I don't want any female getting interested. I'm still 69 and a half year old sexually. It's all this. It ain't nothing but in here, you see. I saw an old man, and they say this old man go out a bicycle. They had him on TV. He was 95 years old, and they showed him just going. I said, wow, that old man, 95 years old. And something told me, he said, he can't handle it in the bed. He's 95 years old in the bed. When they come out with an appeal for that, I'm gonna keep it secret. I'll never let anybody know I'm buying them. I believe I covered everything that I wanted to cover, and that was mainly the tapes and the nutrition supplements. That's what I want to cover. Now, here's the president of the Women's Association from Detroit, and she's going to introduce herself and also host this meeting. So when I'm finished, she will take it again. Or if she wants to keep the same sister in place who was here, that's fine too. All right. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Oh.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Imam. We are honored. It's a great privilege for us to be here today. We were getting here as fast as we could. We were telling the bus driver, we're going to be late because we're all excited to be here. And we're so grateful to Allah for giving us a leader like Imam Deen Mohammed. We love him, and we had a real good time with him in Detroit on Savior Day. We heard so many wonderful things, and he encourages us to keep going. And how the League got started in 1980, we heard a lecture. We went to hear Imam Deen Mohammed, and he encouraged us. If your life is not what it should be, or you're not happy with what you're doing, go out and do something for someone else. And Detroit did it. Now 33 states has done it. Allah is blessing us and blessing us from his leadership. We listen to his tapes at our meetings. We try to follow everything that he wants us to do. We hope that we're making his job a little easier for him by helping the human family. So I'm so glad to be here. I appreciate Manira doing the welcoming for me. And I'm just so glad to be here, be with Imam Deen Mohammed, and be with you all. And we hadn't been on a bus ride. I don't know. It's been years for me, because usually with my schedule, I've always got to fly in or do something like that. But just coming on the bus with the sisters, it was wonderful. We talked about the first experience. We talked about Imam Deen Mohammed. We talked about our children. We just came together in things that we hadn't done for years. Because a lot of times when we come to Juma, it's Assalamu alaikum, how are you? We're gone. So we had a wonderful opportunity. We thought we were going to sleep. We just talked and talked and talked, and was so very glad to be on our way here and to be with one another. So I'm not going to say very much. I welcome all the sisters again, and I'm so glad to be here. And I hope that all of you that are League sisters and the ones that are not are doing something to help Imam Deen Mohammed and to help the human family. In Detroit, we have a lot of problems, but we're taking it a step at a time. We have people that are in a lot of trouble there. They've lost their jobs. They're used to riding around in big cars, living in condoms, and they're not able to do that anymore. So we're trying to pull up the back and tell them how we can survive. Of course, we survived everything else, so we can survive this too. And with our leader teaching us and helping us, I know we'll be all right with Allah's help. So thank you again for having us here. We brought 2 busloads. Could have got 3. We were trying to beat Chicago. They came with 3, but we came with 2, but just didn't have enough time to fill that 3rd one up. But believe you me, for the convention, we're trying for high numbers. So help us, the sisters that are in the League, help Imam Deen Mohammed, and anything that he asks us to do. Layla called and asked, could we help host? I said, certainly. And then I called the group, and they said, oh, yes, anything that Imam Muhammad asks us to do, we're going to try to do it to the best of our ability. So I'm here, and I'm here with my leader, and I'm happy. Assalamu alaikum.
Allahu Akbar. We thank Allah for our sister, very valuable to us and to the outside community as well. And that's what we are when we follow the religion of Islam, follow the Qur'an and follow the tradition of our Prophet Muhammad. You are helpful to your own family and to your own community and your own religion but you're also helpful to humanity. You're helpful to all people. For our prophet, we should follow him, and he's a mercy to all the worlds. Allah says that of him. God says that of him in the Qur'an, that he's a mercy to all the worlds. Didn't say just to Islam. A mercy to all the worlds. Now, I begin my address, and I hope to keep it limited to about 30 minutes, not to go over 30 minutes, because I've learned from the previous meetings I've had with the sisters now, this is the third one, here in just recent weeks. The Brooklyn, wow. I couldn't believe Brooklyn, New York. I said, where all these sisters come from? I mean, wow. And this is a big number here now. You surprised me here, too. I didn't expect this bigger number here. I hope the brothers are trying to find some chairs somewhere for the sisters who are standing back there. I don't know where there are more chairs, but we sure should be trying to find more chairs. Let the security know on the outside. Some sisters speak to security outside and tell them to see if they can find some more chairs.
They're sitting up on the stage. They're not standing.
Oh, look like they're standing. Because I'm sitting down so low, I'm so short. Oh, okay, so everybody's okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Excuse me. Yes. We get back to where I was there. Where was that? Where was that? This is. Brooklyn, yeah. It looked like the convention. The American Society of Muslims convention. So many sisters. The brothers were in good numbers too, but the sisters outnumbered the brothers maybe 3 or 4 to 1. 3 or 4 to 1. It was very big. And we thank the Brooklyn Muslim community there under Imam Adib Rashid. He's an industrious imam, and that's what we need, industrious leaders. He's an industrious imam. They have a nice big facility there that accommodated a lot of sisters in one sitting. And then when I finished addressing them, I thought that was all. So as I was leaving the facility, they said, well, Brother Imam, say, this is a room here. See, open door. Say, would you like to greet the sisters? Say, they saw you on the monitor. So I greeted another larger number that was seeing me only on the monitor. I was so impressed. And the spirit is great on the East Coast. So they're doing something right out there. Spirit is real great. And the spirit is great all over now. It's just low inside the walls of the masjid. Isn't that terrible? You go inside the walls of most of these masjids, the spirit's so low, dead. But not for the general population of Muslims that belong to this community. No, spirit is high. Very good. So I guess just the sick come to the masjid. But we hope they'll continue to come. Yes. Islam's lawful ordering of family life. You don't have to stick to this material when you ask me questions. But please make all your questions helpful to not just you, but to all of us, for all of us. Let your question be good for all of us and be helpful. The answer should be good for all of us. And positive that is, not negative. I didn't come here to hear trouble. I know trouble. And believe me, I know all the trouble you can tell me about. If not in your life, I know it in somebody else's, maybe mine. So I do know trouble. So we don't want to hear trouble. We want to hear a solution to trouble. So ask for solutions. Don't tell me your trouble. Don't say I have a bad toe. Don't tell me that. Just ask me, what is Islam? What Islam says about this and that. What Muhammad, Prophet, peace be on him, says about this and that. You know the problem or the situation. So ask for an answer for that without talking about it, you know. But I'll be concentrating on the family order in Islam, lawful ordering of family life. I was really not surprised, but in some ways a little bit disturbed, but had great praise or admiration for the Saudi family order in Saudi Arabia. They use the Qur'an and the life of Muhammad the Prophet, the traditions of our Prophet, the Sunnah, to justify and support their family, the way they order family in Saudi Arabia. But to me, it's gone a little bit to the extreme, and it takes away from what I see as the ummah, or ummah picture of what the public is supposed to be. The public is not supposed to be dominated by family. And Saudi Arabia, if you're not a member of the family, you don't ascend to kingship. Only members of the family, the prince, the males in the family, the prince, the sons or grandsons, pardon me, of the first king of Saudi Arabia, who was Abdulaziz Saud, Abdulaziz Saud, the first king of Saudi Arabia. This all started like when the Communist Party started getting popular, and a few other things that started back then, around early 20th century, and maybe just a little bit before the beginning of the 20th century. But the real establishment of them is the early 20th century, like around 1919 or somewhere around there. Around 1919, I believe, somewhere around in there. So Saudi Arabia is not more than 100 years old. The country itself, that idea of government is just not more than that. But they did a wonderful job. You all should know this, that before the king Abdulaziz took over with the scholar Abdul Wahab, the two of them got together. One had the muscle, the physical power, and the warrior's nature. The other was a scholar. The other one was the intellect, was a great intellect and a great spirit. His name is Scholar Abdul Wahab. They got together and they agreed that they were going to change Saudi Arabia. People had, in Saudi Arabia, can you imagine that? They have the Qur'an, and you know they had Qur'an. And they had Arabic language. They're Arab. That's their language. And they had started mixing up superstitions into the religion, and were doing a lot of things that you wouldn't believe that Muslims would do. They were doing those things. They had started praying to the dead in the graves. A lot of superstitions and stuff. And their life was really bad. When ignorant, the life of ignorant people. They had almost gone back to the Jahiliyyah age. Not all of them, but this was the condition, and they weren't stopping it. So this man, Abdul Aziz, Saud, Abdulaziz Saud, he started a revolution with the scholar Wahab as the scholar or intellect behind it all. And they were successful in cleaning up Saudi Arabia and starting them. And they still have the same practice that they had back then. If anybody comes and pray too long at a grave where they think the person is worshiping that they have a whip. They actually whip them away. They'll strike them and hit them. If they won't go away by gesturing to them, then they will hit them with a whip and drive them away. They still do that. And that was started because of the deviation, going astray from what is really Islam, and becoming very superstitious people. There were some that never gave themselves to that ignorance or that corruption, like as Saud, Abdul Aziz as Saud. So Saudi Arabia gets its name only less than 100 years ago. It comes from him, Saudi Arabia. So what was it called before? Just Arabia. It was called just Arabia, not Saudi Arabia, named after him. I was so impressed with their family organization. They respect the wife. They respect the mother of their children. They respect their grandparents. They have great respect for them. They have a strong family leadership. And the family is very industrious. Most of the businesses, until recently, the businesses were owned, businesses produced, created, or established by members of Saudi families. But with them coming into great wealth with the oil, Aramco, taking over Aramco, the oil business. And don't think of the oil business as just oil. What they call byproducts of oil, I mean mind-blowing, blow your mind. Clothes, practically everything made from byproducts of oil. Fabrics, everything. Plastics, all kinds of things. So they talk about oil, but you have to remember it's not just oil. We're talking about billions and billions of dollars of industry that come as the byproducts of oil, just the byproducts of oil. That means that's what you got extra. And we have to give the West credit for having the science to bring these products out of the crude oil and get all these byproducts and make so many synthetic products that we use and don't even know, not even aware that they come from oil. Yes. So they're very industrious, very industrious families. But with the big money coming in from the oil industry and their investments, don't think they're depending on oil now. They have invested in Europe, invested in America. They have invested in developing countries. They got big money, and they got big business going almost everywhere now, the Saudis. And our country has been working with them as a friend. They are friendly nations, you know that. Saudi Arabia and the United States are friendly nations with strong relationship. They have a very solid and strong relationship that began way back there with the first king, that's Saud. Yes. So I'm saying that to say this. They are inspired by Islam to have strong family order. And they are inspired by Islam to have families that own wealth, that are industrious and own wealth. Islam inspired them to do this. The same Islam we have. So why aren't we inspired to do the same? We are. And we are growing. I'm happy with you. Our business numbers are growing. The numbers of businesswomen in this community is growing all the time. And the number of businessmen, too. Not growing as fast, but growing. So I'm not displeased with you. Don't think that. And I feel happy. I'm very pleased with the community. In spite of the problems we have. We have those, you know. But the new life and spirit and growth that we have and the coming forward of people who have more resources and more vision, more determination to do something with life and do something with the things God made available to us in this world is so impressive that really I can't feel down at all. I feel up. I feel optimistic and high-spirited. Yes. Husband's role in Islam. And if you are interested in what I'm saying, I know all of you are not. Some of you came just to hear what I'm going to say. Because you want to know we ain't going nowhere. And if we going somewhere, you're going to be punished. If you come here and learn today, they're moving. You're going to walk out of here all downhearted and messed up some more. That's your punishment for coming here. I didn't invite anybody that's not a Muslim. I didn't invite anybody that's not supporting what I stand for. So if you came here and you're not a Muslim and you're not supporting what I stand for, you are not wanted here. You are an infiltrator, a hypocrite. You're hiding. And I hope you be healed a little bit before you leave here. Inshallah. Oh, yes. Yes. I say lawful, the lawful ordering. Halal. Everything in our life is supposed to be halal. Muslims are supposed to have a halal public. Now, how are you going to have a halal public if you don't engage in business and politics and try to have an upper hand, or at least the strongest influence in the area where you live? Somebody going to have it. It belongs to the people who will go after it and prove worthy of that control. Somebody's going to have it. And America is a free country. We're free in this country to become President of the United States. We have a former senator from this area, Illinois, who's thinking about running for president. He says they need a woman in the White House. Maybe it's true. I don't know. I'm looking, I'm watching and listening. Maybe it's true. But we can. She's a Christian. But a Muslim sister can do the same. Whatever rights anybody have as citizens of this country, we all have. We have the same rights. The Constitution does not establish law and freedoms and opportunities for Christians or for Jews or for Muslims. It establishes it for citizens, no matter what your religion is, for the citizens of this country. And this is a good situation to be in. The most powerful, most aggressive, and most progressive nation on the face of this earth, the United States of America. And in spite of all of this problem, it has many, many, it still is the most decent influence in the world today. You hear me? I know I travel. You know I travel. So I travel on your strength and on your money. So you know I travel. I don't have to tell you I travel. And I know I've been to different places, and very, very, very seldom when in your travels will you come to a country, and usually it's a small one, and usually it's up there in the Scandinavia area, you know, where you'll find the government conscious of their citizens and trying to give the best life possible to their citizens, and their citizens have freedom. Their citizens have true freedom, real freedom. That's very rare. So I can point to a couple of small countries in the world and say, well, they really have better situation for their citizens than we do. But there's only about 2 or 3. The great, vast masses of people belonging to these nations, their life is much worse than ours. I feel sorry for them. Really feel sorry for them. And that's everywhere you go. Muslim land doesn't make any difference. Go to Muslim land, worse sometimes than it is in third world countries where Muslims are not in control. It's a shame. It's really a shame. So the light's gone out. And that's very important to know. You can have the holy book and the lights go out. You can know Muhammad the prophet is the prophet and the lights go out. You can have brilliant-minded people too and the lights go out. Muhammad knew this. The Qur'an tells us this, that it comes and goes. The light comes and goes. He favors one people for so long. They prove unworthy, takes his favor off. So the husband's role on the home premises is Imam. Therefore, he has the authority, he qualifies to appoint anyone he wants to as Imam. And usually, abroad, outside the United States, especially in Saudi Arabia, the oldest one, the eldest son, will be given that position. But here, and they make sure that the eldest son qualifies, though. He's taught, he's educated and everything. See, that's another thing. We don't concentrate on supplying our family members with what they need, or even supplying our community members. If they go into this position, we should make sure they qualify before they get to that position. When they get there, we should know that they qualify. So they make sure that the eldest son is educated. They train him, make sure he's educated. And he's given that position. But if he doesn't have ability or knowledge to do that, then he misses it, and some other younger son will get it. A younger son will get it. The male has this symbolic role over the family, and especially in the masjid services. He has that symbolic role. Women can never be imam. That title is not for women. Can never be called imam in a masjid. Only imam if you're leading sisters and there's no brother, you know. So you have to lead the sisters because there's no brother. Like if we were going to have prayer right now, I wouldn't want to lead you all. I would ask one of you all to lead you in the prayer if I was by just with you all, you see. I wouldn't feel comfortable leading you in prayer, and all women. I'm the man, and I wouldn't want to do that. So you do have to know. And Islam obligates males and females to know how to follow the Sunnah of Muhammad the Prophet. So sisters, you know prayer, you know how to lead prayer, just like brothers. And that should tell you something. That tells you that women are responsible for leadership in the society just like men. If you weren't, you wouldn't have to do the Fard prayers and the Sunnah prayers. You have everybody, male and female, have to do Fard prayers, the obligatory prayers, and also the traditional prayers of our Prophet. We have to do the Sunnah. The Sunnah, you know, 2 rak'ahs after evening prayer, the sunset prayer. We do 3 ordered obligatory Fard, and we do 2 Sunnah after. And no sister is excused from that. Equally, the responsibility falls equally on brothers and sisters to do these prayers. Sisters do them mostly privately in their homes and everything. That's the tradition. But the obligation is on all of us. So that means if a brother is not around, and if he doesn't have good senses, he's not around. So you ain't no brother around, your sister's supposed to take the lead, all right? I hope you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, I got brothers who said the Imam is trying to overthrow all the Imams. He's trying to discredit all the Imams. That's what they say when they meet with each other. Out of my hearing, you know. No, I'm not trying to overthrow any but a bad Imam. You know, nature, God gives us pictures of nature, and he tells us how things lose their life. And just before time for the life to stand up again, spring, March comes with strong winds. And the strong winds blow all the dead stuff away. Break off dead limbs from the tree. That's the spirit, new spirit, symbolic of the new spirit that come in people. See, everything God did outside is to tell us what's inside us. So the strong winds come and knock all the dead weight off the trees and sweep the trash away. When we get a new spirit in us, we have a spring and new life. The world is that way. The people die, they lose their enthusiasm, they lose their spirit, and they become dead matter hanging in the life. And God calls a new spirit to come, a strong spirit to rise up and sweep the people, just sweeps right through the people and blow all the weak things away so they can be strong again. Spirit is power. Yes. So the husband's role is to lead. The Qur'an gives us Adam, the first man, supposed to be the first man. But is Adam a single body or a single person? No. No. That single soul that we call Adam is the single group soul of the family of mankind. That single soul is the soul of the family of mankind. It's the soul of all human beings in its original pure state. So when Allah says he made Adam, and then made Adam. Adam was made from something too. Says he made Adam from nafsan wahida, from one single soul, or one, they say a person. It means person, but in this narration or in this picture, it means soul, not a person, because the person is not existing yet. God is creating a person. So he made Adam from one single soul, min nafsin wahida, and he made from it. It didn't say from Adam, and he made from it, its mate. He made from it its mate. Plainly speaking, what God is saying to us is that human beings have separately, individually, personally, their own souls. But I gave one soul. I gave the human soul. And all of you are one and the same when it comes to the human soul. You're from one human soul. And that one human soul, over many thousands of years, millions of years, have produced so many different people, so many different families of people, so many different types of individuals. But we are all still one soul as humanity. Now, if you all are educated, you've been to college, and some of you study philosophy or something, or social studies or psychology, or political science, all of these sciences dealing with the nature of human beings in society, they use the expression collective soul, group soul, ethos. These terms refer to the common spirituality or the common soul of the people that we share together. So we are all one soul as well as many souls. We are all one soul. So when God says he made us from one soul, he's talking about from the human soul that we all have. Everybody born human. Every baby is born human. No baby is born a black, a African, or Chinese. Every baby is born human. And these identities have to be taught that child. If the child comes up in Africa that was from the parents of Japanese, and nobody tell him about the Japanese parent, he's going to look like a Japanese, but he's going to be an African. He's going to speak their language. He's going to have their personality and everything, because he has no way of getting it from anywhere else. So God creates a human soul, a human person. Most of you are educated, you know this, but all of us should know this. The Qur'an is not a book for intellectuals only. The Qur'an wants this knowledge to reach the lowest level in the society. And it brings its masses up. If that's done, the problem while the Islamic world is messed up like it is not progressive, is because they made the mistake of thinking that the knowledge is for the bright-minded, the intellectuals, and the masses are to be kept in the dark. You keep your masses in the dark, pretty soon your whole nation is going to be in the dark. Because the rulers need the support of the masses. If they don't get it, God is going to punish them for it, and the whole nation falls. Yes. So this Adam is talking about the human soul. So Adam is a collective type, a type representing many. Abraham is a collective type, a type representing many. Abraham, Prophet Abraham, our father Abraham. And Christ Jesus, type representing many. And that's plainly given in the Bible. It's plainly in the Bible that Christ Jesus represents many. He speaks of the members in him. speaking to his people, he says, members in me. To say that I am a collective type. Not that they weren't also individuals, but their purpose in the plan of God was not to show themselves individually so much as to show themselves as a type for the body of people, and the many, for the many in the whole, or the many in the body of the people. Muhammad also is a type. He's a type. That's why he says the same thing that the Bible says of Jesus, Muhammad says of himself. God says to him, he says, say, I am a mortal just like you. And a basharum means a mortal person, common mortal person just like you. To say that he is the type that God wants all of us to be. That he didn't, whatever, this is a lot of you all not prepared for some of these statements I make. But I make them very comfortably. I have no problem making it. I have no uneasiness in me to make it. Whatever was in Muhammad that could be developed to have him be that great man, that prophet and messenger and servant of God, is in all of us. That's in all of us. That's why in Islam we say Muhammad is God's messenger. We can't say he's our messenger. He's God's messenger. But we say he's our prophet. Muhammad Nabiyyi. Muhammad is my prophet. That means he represents my human content. He's my prophet. He came out of the nature that I have and out of the capacity and potential that I have. But it's not for everybody to reach that. God blesses only one sometimes in a whole 1,000 years to come out and be the perfect model of that. But you'd be surprised how many God has blessed. Even Adam is a model of that. When he was, before he slipped, he was a model of that. And every great prophet after that was a model. And certainly Abraham is a model of that. He's a model of that. Perfect model. The complete one, the most complete one, Muhammad, because he comes to finalize everything. God sends him in the end of time to finalize everything. All that one stone that was missing in the construction of the house, and he represented that one stone that had to be placed there to complete it. All right, just a few more minutes. So Adam, we want to understand Adam and understand the man role in that. So here's the human soul now, and we have the female and male counterparts of one soul. Female and male counterparts of one soul. Now, if you're the counterpart and I'm the counterpart of one soul, then it's true. We're the halves of one another. We are mates of one another, right? And in order to reproduce that one soul, we have to mate. When we mate, then we can produce that one soul again. And that's true for biology, zoology, for all living things, science, modern science. This was not available to the world in the time of Muhammad. This support from modern science was not available in the time of Prophet Muhammad. But today it is. We know every living cell starts with one unit and splits and become two and keeps splitting and become many. So this is just not life. This is how life is. Now, the equality of women. I'm telling you things that are important to me. Maybe I'm missing some of you all. Maybe this is not what you want to hear, but I'm telling you things that are important to me, important for me to reach you with. So I know that you will be situated nicely, very well, strong and nicely. The support for you all saying that you're equal with us in your human essence and in your human nature, capacity, potential, is in the Qur'an. And he created them from one single soul and made of them mates, male and female, and then spread from them all the many males and females all over the world. This is Qur'an, right? This is the Qur'an. Now, and when the Qur'an teaches us on the soul, to get us to have insight into the nature of the soul, Islam, Qur'an is education on beginner's level and education on the highest level. On the highest level. So when God says that he made the soul and then furnished it with its
Fujura wa taqwa. Fujura wa taqwa. Fujura is its intellectual curiosities. When you want to know, or your mental curiosity. Intellect on the general level, that's what I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about intellectuals in the higher college, universities or colleges. No, I'm not talking about those intellectuals. I'm talking about the intellect on the common level. The general meaning of intellect is the power to think, to want to question, to think, to reason, and make choices, and select what is better, what is worse, what is right, what is wrong. That's the power of the mind or the intellect of every human being. That's your fujur. That's your fujura. That's what God is talking about. When he said fujura, that's exactly what he's talking about. Fujura. And fujura is the impure dawning of the consciousness. So it's a dawning that's like the first part of the dawn. It has darkness and light mixed. So it's not bright enough to cast a shadow. A shadow is a concept. You students, are you making notes? Because you all going to outlive me. And believe me, God has not given me anything cheap. What God has given me is very precious. So, So the dawning, the first dawning is the impure dawning of the light. The light is not pure yet. There's the impure dawning of the light. So we come in this world, our minds come open, our eyes open, our minds come open, we're conscious, and we start to think automatically. We can't help but think. God made us to think. And the child, the new baby, is so curious, can't speak, but you can tell it's curious. It's looking at you with his little bright eye. I don't have to tell mothers this, you know better than we do. Looking at you with his little bright, interesting eyes, and it just got here and looked like it's studying your face. And got thoughts. Don't think it ain't got thoughts. It can't express itself. It's got thoughts already. Soon as the mind is created and it breathes the breath, this air out here, and consciousness comes to the brain, that baby, that new infant, got thoughts, got interests, got concerns, got a full human mind, brain, okay? Yeah, so that's the fujura, fujura. Don't play that down because I said it's impure. It's impure because God created it to be educated. Jesus Christ is mentioned that he had to be taught in the Gospels. Jesus Christ had to be taught. He had to be educated. That's to say, no matter who you are, you all come in the world knowing nothing. Knowing nothing. It even speaks of him having to be purified. But if he had to be purified, he had to be purified because corruption came in. You're born pure. The new baby is already pure. Baby is pure. Every new life is pure, born pure. But once it becomes aware of the world, then impurities come into it. So with the education has to also come also teachings for purification. You see, even if it's Christ Jesus, who was born, as you know, without men, without agency of a man. Virgin Mary, of the son of the Virgin Mary, peace be upon them, and peace be upon the prophets that I have mentioned. Yes. So the taqwa now. The taqwa, what is it? What is it? Along with the mind, the intellect of the mind, and you see where the focus is in Revelation? On the mind. What makes us human? Human mind. If you don't have a human mind, you don't have human life. The human mind goes, you don't have human life. You can have a dog. You see them barking and calling each other dogs? That's what has happened to the society, this public. It has been reduced to dog behavior. So they call each other dog. Hey, dog. Hey, what's happening, dog? Hey, bitch. Come here, bitch. It's a female dog, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So if you lose your human mind, you become just nothing. Any animal. Any animal. One philosopher said, I think it was Zeno, but I'm not sure. One philosopher said, the animal world is nothing but a picture of the human being's reality. in in the human masses are all the animals of the forest. That's what he said. That includes snake, the rat, all of them. And we say, oh, that dirty rat. Don't we? That dirty rat. Yes, so the taqwa is the nature in us to respect things that deserve our respect and to challenge things that offends us and that doesn't deserve our respect. So this is another side. These are the two main, I would say, elements in the human soul. The two most important elements in the human soul. The one that's curious and want to be educated. I want to know. And the other one is the one that
now if he takes on a second wife, now he's the imam for two families, for at least two wives and children. And if she has children, now he's the imam for two families, two children. How is he going to be the imam for two wives and their children? Two sets of children. How are you going to be the imam and keep one part secret from the other? He's supposed to be the leader for them both. So to lead them both, he's going to have all the interests on one table. He had to have all the interests on one table. And all the members have to see their interests. Common sense tells us that if I have another wife in secret, and I have children by her, and one day the child from one meets the child from the other, and learn that I have really done an injustice and put pain into their lives, right? So if common sense tells us that's wrong. No. Family is too close, too private, too serious for secrecy. Keeping, not even if you keep a child, you have some evidence to support this. Like if you have a child, and that child is your child, but not from your loins, a man. The child is not from his loins. This is a child from somebody else, but now the child is in his care. So we say adopted child, his adopted child. He's not supposed to keep the secret that he have adopted his child. It has to be made known that he has adopted his child, and not only that, he can't keep secret that child's father. Why? Because later on that child learned, you kept my own father, not kept me from knowing my own father. So in Islam, he also has to acknowledge the father, whoever was the father. Whether it was a bad guy, good guy. He has to acknowledge the father. Now how can he have a wife and keep that secret from the other one? So have children, have two different families. That's terrible. Okay. Watch the time now. Does Islam permit virgin to marry non-virgin? Don't worry about that question. There ain't no virgins around here. Now, okay. Now let me get serious. Let me get serious now. But look, I don't believe there are any virgins around. Might be. But I'm not thinking that I'm going to find a virgin. That was funny. Yes, now let me explain. The Qur'an says, marry mates of like nature. Marry mates of like nature. Let me tell you how to run that down. You still have this water alive in you. You remember when I said the water yesterday? You still have this water alive in you. You're conscious of these essence that you're supposed to conform to the best of these essence, human essence. You should marry a person who feels the same and has shown you that they have strong human feelings, strong human sensitivities, strong human respect for human beings and human life, etc. You should marry a person like that. That's marrying a person of that like nature. So you should marry a person of like nature. But it goes a bit farther than that. Believers should marry a believer. There are a lot of Muslims who, they came to the religion for one or more reasons. They came to the religion because they like the environment. They come because they like the argument. They come because they like the distinction, to be distinguished from other people, other groups. They come for many reasons. They come because they like to appeal to their reason, appeal to their manpower, dignity, masculinity or something. They come for many reasons. So you should make sure, if you're a strong believer, you should make sure you're marrying a strong believer. Yeah. And not one that's phony. For a lot of them phony. Phony. Marry a genuine believer. And you have married to Allah will bless. And you may run into problems, but Allah will be with you. Most likely that marriage will last. A strong believer. Now, I was married to a strong believer. In fact, more than one. I was married to a very strong believer. The only thing, we were believing in the same thing, but seeing it differently. So make sure you see pretty much eye to eye, too. Make sure you're looking at the same thing, All right. Now, Allah said in the Qur'an, every individual behaves according to its own disposition. Own disposition. Now, if my nature, if I'm dispositioned in my nature, my makeup has me dispositioned a certain way. And I try to mate with a sister, and her makeup has her disposition in an opposite way, or in a way that is not compatible with my disposition, with my essential disposition. I'm dispositioned morally and rationally. That's my disposition. I'm dispositioned morally and rationally. So I can get emotional, but my strongest position is rational and moral. That's my strongest position. So a person who is dispositioned emotionally, they will give me hell. I'm gonna get a lot of hell from them. So you also got to marry people of similar temperament and disposition. Make sure that you marry somebody of similar temperament and disposition. Or, you can have very different temperaments and dispositions, but they support each other. But then sometimes temperament and disposition clash. They don't support each other. That's trouble. That means all trouble. You don't have to be sentimental. A sister can be very sentimental. I can get sentimental, but I'm not all the time. Oh, that's so terrible. Oh, you're so sweet. That ain't me. Okay. But a sister can be that way, and we can be beautiful. She can strengthen me, and maybe I can strengthen her. But now, if she laughs at something that I think shouldn't be laughed at, that's a lot of, what the hell have I got into here? If she's crying over something that I think, what the world are you crying about this for? Listen, God Almighty. Now, crying about something that I think she should, that's a problem. We have to, of like nature. We go back to marry somebody of like nature. Okay. May Allah bless you with a blessed day, sister. I hope somebody asked this one. What is your view on the possibility of war in Iraq? How do you feel about Saddam Hussein? I believe he's Saddam. And I believe he's just that, shot down. But the people that he leads are mostly good people and innocent. They're not guilty of his crimes. Okay? And he didn't commit serious crimes. He let his soldiers rape the Kuwaiti women. Let Muslim men rape Muslim women in Kuwait and kill the parent right before the children. Little children, under 12 years old, killed right on the spot while they look, parents killed right on the spot while a little child looking at. Look at the damage that they make cause their child, the rest of their child's life. But also, the Jews, when they took over that area that they occupy now, they killed parents, children, and everything. While little children were running. So some of these deranged suicide bombers they got, they created them. They created those terrorists they call crazy and insane. What can we do as Muslims to protect ourselves and our families if a war should occur? Well, we have to do what we're advised to do by the best, most respected, legitimate, accountable sources that we have. And most of it don't come from the government, State Department, from the United States Department, and from the President of the United States. We'll be told, we're citizens here, so they'll tell all of us what we're to do, and it'll be passed down to our local authorities, and they'll tell us what we're to do. If we're in danger of being victims of poison gas or bacterial warfare or something, they'll tell us what to do. But also use your own good senses. Use your own good senses. I took a preparedness course in case there was nuclear war in prison. They made it available. I got them a time in there anyway. I take all the courses you got. I'm bored as hell. So I took a preparedness course, and you know they tell you to go deep down, go in the ground. If you got a basement, go in the basement, and go into a certain corner of the certain area of the basement. No, that's for a storm probably. Just go in the basement and try to hope that you're fortified as much as possible. And make sure you got enough to survive on, food, drink, survive on for a while. That's preparedness for that, okay? For nuclear fallout. And I don't know if you all know this, but after you're permitted to come out, your utensils, like your pots and stuff, you can just wash them off with plain water, and they'll be safe to use. Just wash them thoroughly with plain water. And they say if a rain comes after it, it's safe to go out and breathe the air. Pretty safe, not completely, but pretty safe to go out and breathe the air. So you can survive. You can survive this thing. Now, with bacterial warfare is different. We have to rely upon the government, the President, and the State Department, and also those who are responsible for health, the health of the country. Public health. They will notify us, don't worry. I don't think it's going to come to that. But where do we stand? I stand with those many who are demonstrating in big, huge numbers like they did against the Vietnam War. I stand with those people who are demonstrating against going to war. I'm against us going to war. The United States went to war. The United States dropped bombs, did a lot of damage to Iraq. Those people are still suffering from that. And the boycott has been very, very painful and serious for the citizens of Iraq. Their children are dying, they're suffering that. Now, who would want to see them going again? What did you accomplish with the first bombing? What did you accomplish with the first whipping you put on those people? You're in the same position now that you were in before you whipped them before. Now go and whip them again and kill for more innocent people? I'm strongly against it. Strongly against it. And I don't think I don't think, well, if they do it, I believe that it might be our undoing. It might be the undoing of our government if they go to war alone and without the allies with them, with allies being not in agreement with them, with the United Nations not okaying it, and with masses on this planet against it. That's a sign of God. And if they go and bomb Iraq, I think there are going to be some real terrible consequences for the United States of America. And I thank you for that question, because I wanted to say something on that. Okay. When a brother becomes ill and can no longer perform his obligations, such as providing for her and other obligations, and spiritual support for her, what should sisters do under those circumstances? Love him still. A good Muslim brother, if his wife gets ill and can't perform, I'm going on tradition now, the influence of our prophets teaching the Qur'an and our prophets teaching the life of good Muslims that I've read about in history. She can't perform. He does not want to see her put in a home, taken care of by somebody else. He wants to keep her with him because she needs him now more than ever. So he keeps her, and he does his best for her. We are not to put away our sick or ill partners or mates. We're not to do that. And we're not to divorce them because they're ill and can't perform like they used to. I don't know what's I'm a strange guy. I'm going to, sometime I love to take my birth certificate to the FBI and tell them, will you examine this and make sure that I was born in Detroit? I think I'm an alien. I was born somewhere. Is that really the real there? I tend to want to have a person like that. Because a sister wrote me, she was 81 years old. And I almost fell in love with her, just her words. And I wanted to, really, I was thinking seriously about saying yes on that. She was proposing to me. And she's still living. She's 80-some years old now, close to 90, I guess, if she's not 90. And I still get some beautiful cards from her. She's my sweetheart. And I have no problem living with her. She wouldn't have to perform no more than what she's performing. Just send me another beautiful card. I'll do those sweet little things you're doing right now. And I'll be all right. Is it possible for you to conduct classes or training for sisters who have a desire to spread the Deen? We've already started it, really. I have a class here every Sunday on the business property of the Collective Person Conference and teaching children. But the adults are there, and I welcome them to be there. So they're there. They sit, they help with the children too. Can't take too many in because the area is so small. And we are because eventually this is going to be a course, what you call it? I know. No, correspondence, yeah. Correspondence course. It's going to be a correspondence course. And the materials I'm given, we are going to select from those materials a course for adults. Of course, there's training there for adults. In fact, the training I'm giving these children is for them to move right into adult responsibility after they get their education, inshallah. Yes. And I have been asked already by a sister, since we have some, she didn't say sisters only, but I think most of the sisters, she said that they're interested in supporting your dawah. She said, how can we do that? How can we get involved and you stay in touch with us so we can support your dawah? So I told her that I would send her material, and for her and those who will want to work with her, I want to be a part of that group. I'll send her material, and occasionally I will come into the area and I will give special lectures to them on dawah in Islam, as I think it should be done. So we're already doing that. And she's from the Atlanta area, the sister I'm talking about, from the Atlanta, Georgia area. I didn't know her before, but I came acquainted with her maybe about 2 years ago. So if you have any desire to join my dawah effort, just get word to me through the office, the Mosque Chair's office, used to be called the Ministry, or any number, any address that you know you can reach, but just send me, preferably at the Mosque Chair's office, but if you want to send it to me any other way that you know you can reach me right away, send me the information and a number, address, a phone number preferably, but even whatever, email, whatever, and I will have the office or one of my sisters or even myself get in touch with you, and we will include you and make sure that you have information, materials, whatever, so that you can join our effort, our dawah effort. Yes, domestic violence. This is very serious in this country and spreading in other areas now where it wasn't hardly existent before. Well, some of you all have education and training, how to deal with domestic families and domestic who have a problem of domestic violence. Usually it's a husband beating on his wife or something. You should rely on that training, but also know what the Qur'an and what the life of Muhammad demonstrates to us that we can use in dealing with these problems. But your experience, practical experience, training and experience is very useful, so don't ignore that. And if you don't have it, and you have such a problem, then find some sister in the community. We have sisters in the community who have training, education and training in this area, and get help from them. Anytime you want me to come to a workshop or something and address you, I'll be happy to do it on these issues from Qur'an and from the tradition of our Prophet. I don't know what this person didn't receive an order that they're supposed to see. It might have been a tape or something, I don't know. What's the procedure? The procedure is to prove that you made an order. Don't ever, we just think everything's, Muslims are supposed to believe each other, need any protection. You're supposed to believe another Muslim. Says when you make a business transaction, record it and have witness. This is the Qur'an. Make a business transaction, record it and have witness. Okay? So if you buy, once a rule is established, then you should know how to apply that rule to other situations. It's not just for that one. So you buy a tape, or you buy maybe several tapes from the Mosque Chair's office, and you don't receive them. You should have something, if not a copy of check, which is best. You should have something, your copy of check canceled, that it was cash, showing that check was cash, that we did use your money. You should have some correspondence or something that is evidence that you had correspondence with our office and you were trying to get your pay. And some evidence, you need some evidence. If you present that and you don't get results, call the police or take them to court. And if you can't, call me and save you some money. Save you some money. Just call me and I will take them to court right away. I'll get your product to you right away. Even if I have to pay for it out of my pocket. We don't rob people. We're not supposed to take their money and not give them what they ask. So that's criminal. Whoa. That's a good question now. I'd like to see it too. You don't do that after I leave. Show of hands to see how many sisters are without husbands. I might see one out there that looks good to me. I don't want to let me get out of here first. So I can make some strong offers. I might say to the other sisters of mine. Getting a pretty good income. Don't have any of these mothers of my children threatening to carry me to court. So that means I'm keeping them quiet. I might think I'm taking another one. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Well, we have a lot in common, sister. I've been married more than once. It seems like I get the same brother, same type of brother. Your taste haven't changed, just like mine. My taste haven't changed. So I keep getting the same. All I can say, you can read my poem. You got an itch in your britches, try changing the stitches. Now, I know a lot of us brothers want to hear this. What is the best way to support my struggling husband? Allah says in the Qur'an that He gave the woman as a mate to the man so that she will be a clothing for him. Now, that clothing means protection from exposure. When you dress, your privacy is not exposed. Okay? So, to protect him from exposure. Because if he's not married, if he wants to go out somewhere, and if he go out somewhere and have business with other women, then before God, it's like him going out naked, with exposing himself, you see. That's what it means, not dress. Means exposing himself indecently. He's doing the decent thing. So you're to give him that support, that dress his life up so he won't be tempted and exposed to doing decent things with his life. That's the first thing. So you sisters like to punish your brother. Oh, no. You coming in with, no, not tonight. Well, you know you had that right. You had that right. But wear everything. Wear everything. Because he may just go out tomorrow night somewhere else. So wear everything. And you don't have to go to bed with him. Believe me, find his human sensitivities. They're there somewhere. And soothe him and make the mate as a comforter. As a comforter. To soothe soft spots. To bring comfort to hurt and pain and misery. So you don't have to go to bed with him. I don't blame you. If he got you feeling like you don't want to go to bed with him physically, don't do that. But can't you still love him? Love him and give him support for his hurt and his suffering and his misery. And say, I know what you want, but this is all I can give you tonight, honey. And I love you. Do you need a sleeping pill or maybe a big glass of hot milk or something? serious too. And I'm hurt too with you. Sister has 5 children, but no Muslim school to send her children to. Yeah, we're working hard, sister, to get money from business and look at other situations. And I think we're getting close to being in a position to get land and have it financed. And we're going to build the nucleus for a model neighborhood, or model community. The nucleus will be school, mosque, maybe the musalla has to be in the school to start with. But eventually we'll have the mosque, and we'll have social center for weddings and childbirth celebrations and all these things, banquets and all that. And we'll have a home for semi-retired or retired citizens, so that they will have an environment that will not make them feel like they have no more use, an environment that will challenge their mind and their energies, you know. So inshallah, we're going to have all of that very soon. We already have a housing director of a housing department in North Carolina, and he's working on it with us. They work also outside of their state. They did a project in Gary, Indiana. They're doing a project probably in Gary, Indiana. So they like what we're doing. They like my leadership, and they said they're going to see if they can get something done for us. They've already talked to the local mayor of the city of Markham, and I hope they'll be talking with East Hazelcrest mayor too soon. And I talked with the housing director in the East Hazelcrest area, and they're all favorite. The mayor, the mayor of Markham has shown us some land, and it's wooded, but not heavily wooded, and it's right near a project that somebody started. They built make like 8 homes. They look very good. So all we have to do is continue there, and we could build something similar and have what we want in that area, and we may get the land very cheap, or just that we take over the taxes. That might be possible. So I can't say it's going to happen next month, even this year or next year. I can't say it's going to happen, but I'm feeling that it's going to happen within a year, or maybe soon. Yeah, it's going to happen. We'll have a project going up. Developer will come in, and just for the job of developing the land, he will take over the contract for the area, for the job, subcontract to anyone we bring that qualified, our own skilled brothers from here, from the Muslim community. And I'm told, I've been sitting with the developer and with the housing director, and I was told that it's a brother Imam, Mr. Mohammed, or Imam Mohammed, they said, I'm not sure, said, Mr. Mohammed, I believe they said, Mr. Mohammed said, your community doesn't have to come up with any money. We will put a sign up on the property, on the land. We just secure the land, we get the land. We put a sign up on the property showing the kind of homes that will be built there. And people in your community or from the area or anybody want to can come and look at it. When they come and look at it, we help them get it financed through a financial institution, a bank. And as soon as we get the bank to give us the money, say, well, Imam, you will get the community share money right away. So before even the house starts to be built on the land, you will already get the money. So your money comes first. And that's the way it's done. This ain't no favor. That's the way it's done. We'll get our money first. We don't wait for them to live in the house. No. As soon as the bank agrees to finance the house, the developer gives us so much, and the bank works with the developer. The developer can't do this alone. The bank also will see that we get our share, the developer gets his share. Building on our land is our project. We got them the job. He said, and if you build enough homes, you'll get enough money from the homes to finance. They can't build a school and those things. The kind of arrangement they have, it doesn't include properties like that, not non-for-profit properties. So he said he'll get enough from the homes to build the other things you want to do, to do the other things you want to do. So we have faith that we can do that, and we're just waiting on it to happen. Brother John Hawk, my assistant in the Secretary Department, he in the Marshall's office, he actually went around with them first and saw the land. You know, already saw the land. Then he took me and he showed me the land. It looks like a real good area. It's about 12 and a half acres, I think. And that's big enough to have a nucleus to show of what can be, what a Muslim neighborhood can look like. Yes, so sister, don't worry. I think we're going to have our school sooner than we think. And I'm also looking at other possibilities. I may become a resident imam very soon in this area. We're looking at other possibilities. A facility that I can come into and be your imam. And believe me, wherever I am an imam, that's a school. That will be a school. And right now, I'm teaching the children comparative religion in Islam, Qur'an, and the tradition of our Prophet. But I saw that we had a situation to give tutoring to our students, to strengthen them in their subjects. So we also have tutoring. We give tutoring to our students that we have in this class. We tutor them to strengthen them in their subjects in the public schools. Yeah, and it's going very well. Imam Muhammad from Indianapolis. He's very good. He used to be principal in New York for a long time. Over the school in New York. And he loves education, he loves teaching, he just loves people. And he's doing a beautiful job, and he has some help there. So if we get a bigger facility, we can do much more. So we will be working with children. Even if nothing but part-time, like on the weekend or something, or at my class on Sunday, to help give them some tutoring in areas where they're weak. And those areas where they have problems, we can help you out there. The main reason why you want them in a Muslim school is to save them from the bad environment of those public schools. Their life is at risk sometimes. Yeah, life is at risk sometimes. That's real. Public schools are the future. White people, you'll be surprised how big public schools have gotten in the last 10 years. They're quietly taking their children out of public school and they're putting their children in private schools. Those that can afford it. And we have to keep our tradition of having at least preschool, elementary school, and high school, at least for our children. We have to keep that. So we'll get it over. Allah's with us if we want it. If we don't want it, Allah's not with us. Oh, the father has to give his consent for a daughter to marry, yes. If he is a father. And why is it so important that he be called upon to give his approval for his daughter marrying somebody? Because God recognized him as the supporter. If he's worked to keep her in a house and taken care of well and having the things she needs, her necessities, and to get her educated, then he has to be respected and has to be consulted before his daughter is given to somebody else. Yes. Okay. When will our community build or purchase a building of worship for all of us to attend? I met with a special group that formed to have a forum, a community forum for us in the Chicago area. And I was very impressed with them. And they have the same interests. So they are working on it. And I'm supporting that. We do need a facility. I somewhat answered this question just a few minutes ago. Walk rest, I've answered that. Okay. Okay, 15 more minutes, that's all. I'm going to have to let you all go and let myself go. You all can answer this question for yourself. You know, in fact, a lot of these questions you all can answer for yourself. I'm pleased to respond to y'all's questions, but believe me, a lot of you all can answer these questions. You have sisters who answer all these questions for yourself. Okay. My father once said, he said kind of often, but there are no decent women, there can be no decent men. And we have, that's not this question. We have to understand this too, that all males and females, I'm talking about males now, all males were in your hands first before they got in our hands. As infants, in your hands. And you have them in your hands first. Do your best while you got them in your hands. And if you should be burdened too much, and believe me, this world today burdens too much. If you should be burdened too much, recognize that. Now just think, way back there, the time before Prophet Muhammad's birth, way back there, the better off Arab women used to send their new babies to poor, good, decent, God-fearing midwives to nurse them and to care for them, because they didn't want their irritations and their burdens in their life to affect the raising of that child. So don't be afraid. It's a real mother that will let her child go to a better situation. If you can't afford it, come to the community. When I say come to the community, I mean come to me, if you're in this area. If you can't afford it, let us know your situation. Maybe I can't help directly, but maybe I know how to get you help. So don't give up, you know. Let us try to get help. I wish I had enough money to really take these children off the hands of these young girls. These young girls, some of them are terrific, and then some of them are not terrific, and their little babies are suffering. Oh, what kind of future they going to have? They're all messed up, you know. Nobody to give them mother support, the support of a mother, the support that a mother gives the child. But some of them, I know, I'm so impressed with these youngsters. They going to work full time. They going to school and taking care of their babies. I think you females are soft, you are terrific. I don't find no brothers doing that. There's one or two I guess we can find, but very rare you find a brother that will go to work, take care of his baby, take his baby to the nursery, and come back and pick it up, go home, take care of the house, go to school, come back, go to... I find a brother like that. I think, oh, ask him, let me just stay with him. Can I just live? Can I live with you at your house? I don't want you ever out of my presence. Bless me with your presence. Yes, brothers can be very rude. These brothers are suffering a lot of misery. They're miserable. So sisters, bear with them and do your best. That's all I can say. Don't take abuses, but do your best. Bear with the brothers. Show them kindness. Sometimes situations get so bad, nothing can help but kindness. Yeah, nothing can help but kindness. So these brothers won't open the door for you, won't hold the door there and slam on you while they're walking through. Yeah. They have had no civilization put in their lives. No civilization put in their lives. They're pitiful. So have pity on them and do your best. Show them kindness. That might work. Allah says, to the CPC, I got to answer quickly though. The importance of CPC should be understood by us as an effort not that was originally done, not because we want money, but because we need money to have a better life for ourselves as Muslims. We need better schools, better qualified staff, teachers, etc., better school environment, better books, better library. We need better everything. Schools first, but we also need nice, decent mosques that respectful, dignified people can come and they feel that they are not stooping down to come there. Okay? They are not stooping down, lowering their pride to come there and hear the khutbah or the prayers or join the prayers or something like that. And we need to bring more respect to our community. We have a religion that has created governments, nations, worlds of science and everything. Now, when we have this religion and we are meeting in little holes, dingy places, you know, and looking like bums, that shames us. That shames us. So CPC wants to get rid of that. We're not only running a business, but we hope that we're influencing business-mindedness and encouraging more of our business people to do better with their businesses, and those who have business ability, we hope we're encouraging them to look at going into business. We want to build a strong business community in our community. We want to have a strong percentage of our following productive in business. So it's not only just to sell these products, but it's also to influence interest and growth. While at the same time, you're trying to make money. And I do believe we're in a better situation now than we've ever been in. We finally got our products labeled, everything. We got the agriculture department license. We got everything. And we're ready to put our products in the chain stores. Yes. I don't know what I can add to this. I've already answered this question. I think the question here is, when soul dies, how you explained the branches of a tree, etc. No, don't think of the branch of a tree for every soul that dies to think that we have to see it as a tree. No, that doesn't work. The soul, the example I gave you of the water in this bottle is a better example than a tree. The water in the bottle. Our common essence, like the water in this bottle, that can go and fill a new life or a different life, and take on beautiful construction, beautiful picture of a human being. And as long as this is the main life in that body, that life is in good shape. But if this is out of that life, no matter how you dress life up, it's in danger of becoming corrupt, ignorant, or self-destructive, or destructive. Anything can happen to it. So don't think of the tree. When I mention the tree is a picture of the cultural life of a people. Tree in religion, in religious symbolism, is a picture of a strong cultural life. And education, you know, is the strength of a culture. If the education is weak, the culture is weak. The education is strong and good and healthy, the culture is strong. And that's why the reference to trees is mentioned in connection with knowledge. So if all the trees were made into pens, and the 7 seas multiplied over was made into ink, all would be exhausted before the words of God are used up. See? This is Qur'an. So in the Qur'an, God connects us with education in trees and culture in trees, but also with spirituality. how it go? A good deed is like a blessed tree. No? Yes. Like a blessed tree, or a good tree, like a blessed tree, whose branches reaches up to the heavens. Whose branches reaches up to the heavens. So this is a spiritual expression. This is a picture of our spiritual life. Like if you've got a good heart and you've got good deeds, then you're like a tree, a beautiful tree, whose branches are reaching up to heaven. And why do men connect a tree also with spiritual life? Because trees support birds, and men have always connected birds with spiritual life. Fly the air, fly upon the air. And also because trees respond to the air, the breath of the breathing, or the breath of air, wind, soft wind and strong wind. Trees, when the leaves sometimes will rattle like a hand slapping, sound almost like hand slapping. And the breeze is just right, and the leaves be rattling, sound like a group of people clapping their hands like this. So these things are created to send messages to the intelligent minds. So they have connected it with spirituality and everything. So these trees, don't think when I mention tree, it has to have that meaning and that picture all the time. They have different meanings and different expressions and different subject matter. Tree will have different meanings. Just like a tree planted by the water, I just hear my mother say, just like a tree planted by the water, I will not be moved. Well, the tree then is used as a symbol of tenacity of will and soul and spirit. Strong, holding together, tenacity of will, soul, and spirit. So these things, Allah created all these things for us to use them to communicate the best that we want to communicate. All these things that He has created as signs, they're signs. So don't worry about this. Don't worry about this. I'm a psychic person. I have a strong and sensitive soul. Sister, do not worry about your son. Your son is all right. Okay. Yes, thank you. That's it? Okay. We got to the last one. I didn't want to leave until we got out all the ones. We didn't want to repeat. So if you didn't hear yours because we thought maybe it'd just be repetitious, repeating the same question, the different ones there. And I hope we didn't miss anything important to you. May Allah be with you. And thank you for inviting me to be your guest. Well, we thank God. Thank Allah. Alhamdulillah.